They threw it in the left flank to Travis Etienne. A 15-yard touchdown pass, and Jacksonville strikes first in the desert. Dropping, it's an all-out blitz. Trevor fires, that ball is going to be caught for the touchdown. It was an all-out blitz. He drilled it to Jacoby Myers. Great work by the quarterback and the receiver. And Jacksonville has taken the lead. A 10-yard touchdown pass. Play fake. Trevor steps up, fires to the back of the end zone. Diving attempt. The ball caught for the touchdown in the back of the end zone. Parker Washington, a 9-yard touchdown. And Jacksonville has retaken the lead. Cook puts it down. Cam Little picks it up. And the 52-yard field goal is good. He drills it from 52 yards. Does Cam Little. And the Jags have taken a 27-24 lead in overtime. Brissett drops the throw. Looking. Fires it deep downfield. That ball is going to be knocked away. The Jags win it in overtime with another terrific defensive play. All these cardiac cats. They win it again. A huge win on the road for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, David Garrard, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, good morning, everybody. Victory Monday. The Cardiac Cats once again coming through, this time out in the desert. 3 Western trips and a 3-0 record for your resilient Jacksonville Jaguars. Welcome to the cozy confines of 1010XL, where we're all chummy this morning. What's up, Dave? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. Thank you for squeezing me in the middle here.
Well, we're happy to have you, as always. And I guess I need to be careful what I say, because you can reach me now.
I can definitely
reach you. Give me a quick little backhand. Apparently one of the cameras is down. I don't know. But if you want to stream us, you can look at Dave's handsome face right
here I am.
In between Tony and myself this morning, as the Jags climbing the ladder a little bit in the AFC. It's 7-4 right now, and I mentioned it with Dan and Jeff. The full Trevor Lawrence was on display once again. It's like the full English breakfast, right? You get a little of this, you get a little of that. Like Tony likes a tomato with his breakfast. I don't. I definitely don't need 3 interceptions with my breakfast, but I get it. Let me ask you this: who's the tip ball on? Is that just you just tip your hat to the defensive player and say good play, or does a quarterback have to recognize when he's got a 6'8" monster standing in front of him?
Well, you can't really recognize that you have somebody that's about to jump and knock the ball out the air, but you always kind of put that on you as a quarterback, just because you want to be able to find the lanes and not have the passes get tipped. So, yeah, I'm glad you used that ladder reference earlier. It felt like we were climbing that ladder, and I'm like, man, we look good climbing this ladder. And then we fell down 5 ladders, and then we climbed back up, and we're at the top now. And then we fell back all the way to the bottom, and I was like, can we just stay consistently climbing the ladder and not keep destroying ourselves here? What are we doing? But you know what? The thing that I liked the most was, yes, Trevor did have those ugly picks, but he kept playing, and he kept putting the ball, giving it to his receivers. The throw to Parker Washington right after he had a terrible interception, I thought, man, this dude really has the mind of a goldfish, not saying that negatively, saying that positively.
A goldfish brain.
Because he forgets whatever just happened, even if he's forgetting his own plays and who to throw the ball to sometimes. But when we needed him to rise to the occasion, he did. And that was impressive.
Yeah, I got a friend we used to call Goldfish because you could just wave your hand like this and he couldn't hear what you were saying. Like he would just stare at your hand like he's that easily distracted by whatever's going on. But I do think yesterday was walking proof of, the idea that they talked about a couple weeks ago, right? Let it rip. Right? And yesterday for Trevor Lawrence was definitely a let it rip game. And if there was not any let it rip in him, the things that he did well don't happen. Right? Because then it's all caution because of things that have gone bad for you in that game. And if they don't have the good from Trevor Lawrence yesterday, they don't win. Right? Like he's the reason they almost lost, but they don't win without him making the plays that he was able to make in the game either.
You'd rather him not make those plays to almost lose and still win it in the end, but those are going to happen. Those kind of things are going to happen. Just look around the league and look to see who is able to throw 3 interceptions. One's a fumble that still looks and feels like an interception, pick 6, but it wasn't. So, but those things are still in your mind, and for him to be able to battle all the way through all of that negativity and to still come out in the end with a win is, like I said, that's impressive.
That play, the fumble, rule the fumble, recovered, a hell of a catch there by Walter Nolan just to corral that thing with one arm. Again, Trevor, is that one you think your guys got him blocked out of the play and that he's accounted for? Does he have to have that sense and that feel that that guy's coming up? I mean, how do you, ascribe blame to what happened on that play?
I mean, it's a tough play. He's not looking that side. He doesn't even have the feel for what's going on behind him. He can tell something's happening back there. That's why he's starting to slide a little bit more left. And so you don't know how much time you actually have. So when you see somebody's coming open, you're trying to deliver the ball to him. And it was a great play by the defensive line guy. So, it happens. That's part of football. And the best part is being able to make those plays and continuing to fight, continuing to make plays, forgetting about all those plays and driving your team down the field to go put points on the board. That's what you want from your quarterback.
Yeah, a team hasn't lost the turnover battle 4-0 and won an NFL game since.
Wow.
The Jags over the Chargers in the playoffs.
Man, I mean, okay.
He's really good at having a lot of turnovers and still being able to come back. But you don't want to put yourself in that situation.
Too
many times.
And I get it. And I brought it up with Dan and Jeff just a few minutes ago. Somebody hit me up on social media after the game like, "Dude, this is not sustainable." You're right. It's not. You can't. You're not going to
do
win
it every week.
But here's the thing: we don't have to play like that every week. They don't have to.
They
play
haven't
like
done that every week.
Yeah. Last week they dominated,
there you
right?
go.
But it's nice that when it does happen, you overcame it.
Yes.
You got the win. Look, we both picked Tony like a 1 or 2 score or 1 or 2 point victory.
24-22 and 24-23.
Right. So it was super close the way we had it.
I got 24-21. I was like, wow, we were on it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's what it felt like to us all week. Like this is just one that's I don't know what it was about it, and
just find a way.
Right. And the same thing with Tennessee.
Yeah.
If you want to beat them ugly, beat them ugly. Just beat them and set up the game in 2 weeks. You want to talk about a look-ahead game. Mm-hmm. If ever there was one on the Jaguars schedule now, coming off back-to-back wins, going on the road, you're going to go to Tennessee against a 1-win team, and you've got the Colts coming next week to your place, and you know it, what's on the line in that game.
And it's interesting because the fans will carry the Titans' weight into the game this weekend. I don't know how the players will carry any of that. Right? Like it's different for them than it is for the fan base that knows this is a team that keeps doing this to us. Like that's the history against this franchise. Can't happen now. Like not on this kind of run when you do have the chance to set up this last 6 weeks the way that you do. Like you're in complete control of everything for yourself, despite having played as ugly a game as you played yesterday in so many ways. But it's the NFL, man. It's week to week, find a way. Yesterday, the finding a way was a whole lot harder to find that path than it will be in a typical week. They made it more difficult on themselves, but you get credit for winning.
Just win, baby.
And as Cohen said in the locker room afterward, we're not apologizing for wins.
But what about the playoff committee when they get together and vote on who gets to? Oh, there's nothing like that.
Thank goodness. That's why the NFL
I think they use computers. They use computers now.
Like it's so much better. And I think that as much as anything is what I took out of watching the game yesterday. Like I'm watching it all go down. I'm like, man, I love the league. Right? Like the league is just so awesome because all this stuff, none of the how it looks matters at all. None of it counts for anything.
Final score matters.
Right. Did you win or did you lose? That is what you're judged on in the NFL ultimately. So they won. Ugly, yeah, but they won.
All right, Coach Denmark, good morning. Just want to say a quick hello to you as well. I love your shirt that you've chosen to wear today.
Yes, you as well.
You've joined the club fully. He's not covered up. He doesn't have a hoodie on today. Victory Monday is in full effect all across the 1010XL studio. So we would love to hear from you on a reaction Monday, a victory Monday for the Jags. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. Now, we buried the lead on a lot of good play from a lot of players on this football team yesterday. So we'll give them their credit throughout the course of the next 2 hours. But if you want to be a part of the conversation, as always, on the Checkmate Coatings phone line, 641-1010. We'll get you on board. Same number for the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Hit us up on social media at MD_1010XL, at David Garrard _9, at 1010XL Fat Tony, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
And that's what he was doing on Friday night after Friday Night Lights. He was deep in the claws. By the way,
tall boys.
Tall boy claws?
Tall boys.
20 ounces?
Excellent. I don't know.
I don't even know what they are.
Oil cans?
I just drink them all.
All right. Tony, I take it Bowles is still alive in the playoff hunt. I did not get the sense that Bowles had collapsed. It tells you how much I follow high school football. I wasn't 1,000% sure that was the case. All right. Also, today, stream us on YouTube. See how cozy we look. On Twitter, on Facebook, what have you. And just be a part of a Victory Monday here. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Mike Dempsey, David Garrard, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for big #1 Duval Ford. The Black Friday sales event is going on right now. You can get 0% interest on some of the top-selling trucks, including the F-150. Doorbuster deals happening all weekend long. This is your once-a-year chance to save big and upgrade your ride before the year ends. Now's the time to see our friends at big #1 Duval Ford during the Black Friday sales event ongoing. Visit DuvalFord.com or swing by 1616 Cassett Avenue. That's big #1 Duval Ford.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Check in Tuesdays for Jeff Lageman and Check the Tape Tuesday.
We'll keep you up to date with the latest in NFL news.
Tuesdays during football season on Jaguars Today. Checked by Napa Auto Care on 1010XL.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
It's a Dreamfinders Homes Monday.
Official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open in World Golf Village with state-of-the-art technology that detects cancer fast and accurately. Same-day appointments are available where faster answers meet compassionate care. AckermanCancerCenter.com.
If fishing is in your DNA, hop in the boat with Captain Kevin. It's the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show, brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Royal Pest Services.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
I'm Frank Franzi, and I just got back from the farm at Okefenokee. Man, it's incredible. Just an hour north of Jacksonville and Folkestone. I was so impressed. It's about connecting with nature, with food, with community. And now you can own your very own handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm. Everything you need is there. You'll hardly need to go grocery shopping. Learn more about all of it at okefarm.com. That's OKEfarm.com, the farm at Okefenokee.
Hi, folks. Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Ever wonder what to do with leftover paint that you don't want? Here's a few options. Paint can be placed in the regular trash if it's dry. Simply stir in kitty litter to a thick consistency. Then wait a few days with the lid off till it dries. Also, if the paint is good, there's many charities or churches that would love to have it. If you'd like more tips or have a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting!
There's lots of reasons to use Kuhn flowers when you need to send floral arrangements. This is JJ with 1010XL. No matter what the reason or the occasion, Kuhn Flowers delivers with only the best. Log on to KuhnFlowers.com and make someone's day.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I called you about the ductwork in my attic this summer, and you totally blew me off.
I did.
My airflow is too low and my bills are too high.
I know.
There's stains on my ceiling tiles and sweating around the vents, and the mice have chewed so many holes in the ducts, I think they're getting more AC than I am.
I know.
Then how could you let me suffer all summer, Jason?
Because summer is the one time of year I just can't send my technician into someone's steaming hot attic. They'd kill me. Ductwork is hot, cramped work at the best of times. Lucky for you, those best of times are in November.
You mean like now?
Bueller Air and Plumbing can repair your old, damaged, or just plain sketchy ductwork right now when it's not too hot and not too cold.
And none of your technicians will kill you.
It's a win-win.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Generac is the name to know in home standby generators, so when the power fails, you'll be ready. Thanks to their transfer switch technology, your backup generator can start supplying power to your home seconds after an outage. Generac home generators, available through American-Electrical.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind.
David Garrard Monday on 1010XL is restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there.
Another dub. Jaguars 7-4, almost doubling their win total from last year. And now the path to double-digit victories is plain. Take care of business against the bad teams, and you're there. And then it's kind of a free roll to some degree. I mean, you might not even have to beat the Colts once to make the postseason. I'd like to win the division. I'd like to sweep them. It's all out there in the Jags' hands, but beat Tennessee twice, beat the Jets. And I know every team can be competitive. Tennessee has lost their last 3 games by a total of 16 points. They played the Seahawks on the scoreboard at least closer than the Jags did. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm not just assuming the Jags show up and win the game. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to pick them to win the game. But, you know, they're going to have to take care of their business. But let's give it. So we talked about the ups and downs of Trevor. He made some spectacular plays. He made some head scratchers. Let's all go around the table here and just, like, single out somebody who you thought had a big-time performance. Dylan, won't we hit up today's 10-10 take?
10-10.
10-10 take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take. Brightened up by First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
I think yesterday, Parker Washington was our Jaguar Radio Network player of the game. But that's not where I'm going. I'm going to give it to Brenton Strange. And not player of the game.
I like
but
it.
I don't think they win the game without him. What he has added back to the mix as a receiver, as much as that physical presence, Dave. 93 yards, career best for Brenton Strange. Caught all 5 of his targets. Showed a little explosiveness after the catch. It's just a really reliable target for Trevor Lawrence to fall back upon. And now he's got him. He's got Jacoby Myers, who he trusts. He's got Parker Washington, who he trusts. So let's see if we can integrate BTJ back at some point. But until we do, the boost that Brenton Strange is going to give him is massive.
Absolutely. And you could tell right from the start of the game, right when he got the ball in his hands. We don't get to see him when he's blocking nearly as much. But you can just tell this dude plays with aggression. He plays mad. He plays angry. He's ready to run any and everybody over, whether he has the ball or he doesn't have the ball. So he is a big deal.
I think his second down play on that last series in regulation, where he got the pass on 2nd and 8, got it to a 3rd and 1, and came down inbounds to force the timeout. It would have been my favorite play of the entire game if they had gotten a yard.
Yeah.
You know, like after that, it would have been my favorite play of the entire game, but it didn't happen.
Could he have fought for that yard, right? Like, I understand the importance of keeping the clock rolling.
Down,
I think
but if you get a first down, it's going to trump everything at that point.
Yeah, but he was kind of going down
It didn't
anyway.
feel like he was going to get the first.
It was tough. It was tough.
Didn't feel like it.
Well, it was a heady play.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable play. Like, when they were throwing on the play, I was like, whoa. Like, when they just went out for her, I was like, whoa. But then Strange to pay it off the way that he did, it would have been the talk of the day. Like, all day we would have been talking about that play if they had gotten a yard after, but they didn't.
We might have been talking about Tim Patrick, too, if he got a damn head turned
Just turn around, buddy.
at some point in time.
But can we not – I know you guys gave Parker Washington his flowers yesterday. I'm going to give him some more.
Give him some more, man.
He's probably the MVP of the team for the season so far. This guy, just get the ball into his hands. Whether they're punting it to him, kicking off to him, whatever it is, just get the ball in his hands because he's making plays for us. and he's just doing it wherever, whenever he can. He's just the kind of player that you want. He's that guy that isn't always looked at as we're trying to get the ball to him because he's our number one. But when we do get the ball to him, he makes so many plays. And Jacoby Myers, too, is another guy that just gives you so much comfort when you're back there as a quarterback because you know he's going to run the right routes. He's going to catch the ball. He's going to make those little plays, and he's going to give you just enough separation every time to where you feel comfortable throwing him the ball. And he's making the plays. And so our receivers, besides, Patrick on the one, they've been playing very well since BTJ has out because you almost aren't even thinking about BTJ. So good on them. Good on them not, woe is me or anything like that. Just saying, you know what, I'm going to rise up, and I'm going to be the one making plays. So keep going, guys.
Yeah, no Brian Thomas Jr., no Travis Hunter. Right, and they're getting done what they're getting done. It was great to have Brenton Strange back yesterday. While we were going through the post game, and Fred wasn't able to join us, right? So when Fred's not in, and if I have to be the third voice for the Fred Taylor vote, I'm always thinking, what is that going to be? I didn't know if Sexton was going to be in there yet or not. So I was like, where am I going to go with the vote? And when I was thinking about it, I think I would have gone with Gardeck. With it being his return to Arizona, he hadn't had a sack all year. He's exactly the kind of guy that we were talking about on Friday. Somebody's going to have to step up. It was really unclear whether Trayvon was going to be able to go, right? So they needed somebody to step up. Well, in a game where they hit the quarterback 15 times, he shows up, and he's been such a streaky sack guy his entire career. Like, Arizona knows exactly what that looks like. Like, he gives us nothing in the sack area most of the time, and then the game where he does is like, oh, he's back there all the time, right, for a week. But, yeah, sack and a half. I thought that he was great for this football team and kind of represented exactly what they had to have happen, in yesterday's game. Given all the stuff we've talked about where Trevor was messing it up, they needed the defense to step up over and over and over again, and they did.
And it was good to see somebody else other than our normal guys making these plays. Because now we can count on Gardeck. We can count on Striga. I like those guys because they are just bringing energy and effort every play.
I thought Hines Allen was living in the back.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
We all love Trayvon, man, but you didn't really miss him yesterday, which was great because I was worried that they would miss him significantly. They got 15 quarterback hits, 6 sacks. They were constantly pressuring Jacoby Brissett, who played, I thought, pretty well considering all the duress. I mean, the guy's just having
Hines Allen was driving his tackles into him every play, it felt like.
It was such a Brissett kind of day, right? Like, and it's why he's never been the guy anywhere that he's been, but why he's always going to have a job in the NFL is exactly what you saw yesterday.
It's so often, and then just that one.
Whatever the chaos is around him, he can deal with it, and he doesn't put the ball at risk ever. Right? Like, the ball is just never at risk when Jacoby Brissett is your quarterback. And that's what yesterday was. He's getting hammered, but hammering him isn't the thing that's going to lead to a bunch of turnovers. He doesn't turn the ball over. So you have to find other ways to get them off the field. They did. But everything's going to be underneath, dink and dunk, which is why you got to blitz. Right? Like, that's why they had to kind of change up what they wanted to do at times with their pass rush plan. But find a way, man.
Yeah.
Affect the quarterback, and they did.
All right, let's go to the phone lines for the first time this morning. I cleared the room with that knock right there. Very authoritative. Like a judge.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock. We're going to start with Mike in Amelia Island here on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines this morning on a Reaction Monday. Mike, good morning.
How you doing?
We're fine. How are you?
Doing great. So just a couple of takeaways from the game this weekend. First of all, I think the defense was just a stud. They played really well. Delivered a lot of really hard hits, and those hard hits can become your trademark, so that teams that know coming in that they come across the middle, they're gonna really get a big hit. So I think that was very positive. Trevor on his game-winning drive, I think he did a great job. But my biggest problem with Trevor is that I don't think he totally understands the NFL playbook. I think he was great when he played at Clemson. But the complexity of the NFL playbook, a lot of times when he throws somebody 5 yards over his head or misses a pass really bad, I think he may think he's running a different route or something. I just don't think he absorbs the complexity. of the total NFL playbook. I'd let you guys give your comments on that.
All right, appreciate it. I don't have that sense. So I think he makes physical errors.
Yeah.
Liam Cohen specifically pointed out in the postgame how that was like Trevor told Parker Washington what route to run on that touchdown. They had 3 different options, and he signaled to him based on the defense and the coverage. I think he knows. I mean, Liam Cohen has raved about how he has mentally processed this offense. Now, has he always made the right decision under pressure? No, but in terms of knowing where to go, like he says he can go through the whole thing. Now, does he get in the game and do the moments become too big, or does he try to make a play that's maybe not there, or things like that? But I've not gotten the sense that he doesn't know like what the routes are and things like that.
That's not it. It's just like you said, decision making. It's making the right play at the right time, doing the right thing, not putting the ball in harm's way like Brissett does a lot. But also, when you're like that, you're not able to make the big plays when they happen. That Parker Washington ball down the sideline, that was a great throw. When he's confident, knows where he's going, and he has the time to step into the throws, he's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
He still will be a little inaccurate at times. But sometimes when you've got guys around him and he's got to move around in that pocket, or he wants to get the ball off on time and the timing is off, he still might try to get the ball there, and that causes problems. So he just has to understand certain situations. Sometimes it might be me eating the ball and not getting the ball off and actually taking a sack. That's okay sometimes. Having the turnovers are never okay.
Yeah, I think the one interception on the tip pass we've already talked about. The quarterback eats it because the quarterback always has to. In those kind of situations. But the other two, it did look like he got fooled a little bit. One of them, the defender just made an exceptional play, is the way that I saw it. But I think even on the other 2 interceptions that he threw, I thought the pass was accurate. The defenders made a play. Like when we're talking about the accuracy of Trevor Lawrence, I thought that was really good. I thought he threw the ball really well yesterday.
The play before the tipped interception, I thought was the best throw he made all day. The throw he made to Brenton Strange, where he's rolling left, and I'm fearful something bad's going to happen when he rolls left. And I thought, man, it's wide open, take off. And no, he kept looking downfield, and he drove that ball on the left sideline to Brenton Strange. I mean, what a throw and what a catch as well. But to put that in that space, Dave, moving against your natural throwing motion, I thought was exceptional.
Yeah, he's got all the tools, all the talent. It's just those 3 plays here and there throughout the game that you're just scratching your head a little bit. And those are the ones that he's got to get out of his system. Now, is a quarterback never going to throw interceptions? No, that's not it.
Unless you're Stafford.
Then you just go and don't have any incompletions. He just has to make sure to understand situations and not put the ball in harm's way. And also, when he's reading the defense in that situation on the one where he clearly got fooled, and that happens. But let that be your one interception because they fooled you. Those things happen, not not a accurate pass that stays inside and the DB picks it off. He didn't have many of those, but still, he's had a few of them throughout the season, and those are the ones you're trying to eliminate.
All right, let's move on to Dennis in Mayport next here on a Reaction Monday. Dennis, good morning.
Let's start by wishing any Tennessee Titans fans who may be listening a very happy hate week because they're trying to forget about how stressful that was yesterday already.
All right.
I learned that they're scrappy and resilient. I learned that they have not turned the page and can pummel a really bad football team, but boy, it's a lot of fun watching them win. And let's talk about that. I want to hear your takes on that coaching decision by Liam to pass on the field goal yesterday. That was a head-scratcher for me.
You win the game if you get a yard.
I was thinking points.
It's tough, though, all right? Because, all right, let's say you get the points, right? Now Arizona knows they have to get a touchdown.
And they were in position to.
And they were down there, and they get up there, and I thought it was stupid of them not to spike the ball and gather themselves with like 10 seconds and take 2 shots at the end zone. But they go live, and he throws an incompletion. And now with 6 seconds left, you still got to defend that end zone maybe 2 more times.
Yeah.
And they were right there to score a touchdown, and they settled for the field goal because they could take the field goal. So I don't think that's the purpose. That's not the idea when you decide to bypass the points. I thought that is a tough one. I'm not saying I get arguments on both sides of it, but you're right, Tony. You're trying to say the ball's in our hands. If we get this, we can win the game. It was like yesterday. We're watching as it was going on, Indianapolis and Kansas City, and the Colts had a 4th down pretty late in the game, or it might have been in overtime, and they had to decide, do they punt it away to Kansas City, or do they go for it? And I thought, man,
it was at their own 35-ish.
I thought it was about the 40. It was like a 4th and 3, and I wouldn't have blamed them at all if they had gone for it.
No, this is the game.
Because once you give that ball away, in today's NFL,
in overtime, when the other team only has to get a field goal,
it favors the offense so much. So, I mean, look, I think more people are going to have a problem with that because they didn't get it. But if they get it and they win the game, I mean, that's kind of the new NFL.
Like, I kind of look at the situation the Jaguars were in yesterday, David, as everyone who would always take the points is mad that they didn't take the points, right? So that group of people is always going to be mad that they didn't just kick the field goal. Why wouldn't you? Then you have the other people that are always, you go, right? Go, go, go. And then you have the group in the middle that's trying to figure out what is the right decision in this moment. And I do think Cohen is in that group. I saw him the way that he coached the game yesterday. They weren't crazy going for it on 4th downs all over the place. It was in that situation he said, this is the right situation for us to do this. I agreed. Like, when they got to the 4th and 1, I was like, go. Win the game. Now, they didn't win it then. They won it later. But they did expand the opportunities for the Cardinals in the game. But the defense, like they had done all day, bailed them out. And I think that's part of the reason that you go. Our defense has helped us all day long. The offense can give us something right now. Let's give them an opportunity to do it. I thought it was the right decision in the moment. It paid off for them in the end because they won the game, ultimately, is how it played out.
Yeah, it just didn't feel that way to me. I wasn't, super against it, but I also was thinking, just take the points. Take the points. Okay, we didn't take the points. All right, we got to get some kind of stop here. We got to do something. But I just felt like it's a harder battle to go the field to go score the touchdown after we've put up points, and now our defense has been flying around throughout the game, getting pressure. So let's make this really hard for them to go tie it up or whatever it is, as opposed to going 20 yards now, and you're right there in position. So that was just me, but I didn't care one way or the other. Just win the ball game.
They're going to win.
All right, fair enough. We got to
that leaves that option.
We got to take a break. Got to move on past that. And if you want to get in, 641-1010 is the way to do it on a Reaction Monday. Jags win and improve to 7-4. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
Jacksonville, get ready to spice up your night at One Night Taco Stand every Taco Tuesday. Enjoy their mouth-watering tacos for just $3.49 and all day, every day, 2-for-1 house margaritas and 2-for-1 daiquiris. Find fresh Mexican street food, stiff drinks, and fun vibes at One Night Taco Stand with 3 Jacksonville locations in Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
Jaguars Today.
It's a Dream Finders Homes Monday.
Waiting around for Black Friday? At Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, we've already dropped Black Friday prices. That's right, thousands of vehicles priced to move now. Get 0 down, no payments for 90 days, plus peace of mind with a lifetime warranty. Don't wait for the crowds. Get your Black Friday deal today. Start saving early with Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, where Black Friday starts right now. That'll wow ya.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. I just upgraded my home with fantastic floors, and the experience was incredible. Rusty and the team brought the showroom to me with their at-home consultation. The whole process was simple, the installation was top-notch, and the results, absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. Don't wait. Visit fanfloors.com and schedule your at-home consultation today. Fantastic Floors, where every step is fantastic.
Jacksonville, hunting season is here, and nobody gears you up like Green Acres Sporting Goods. home of the largest archery pro shop in Northeast Florida. They've got everything for all seasons: archery, black powder, and general gun season. Green Acres is a fully stocked Browning dealer with ammo, accessories, and safes. Don't miss out on Florida's Second Amendment sales tax holiday, happening now through the end of the year. Gear up today at greenacresporting.com.
Football season is all about the big moments. How about some killer wings and cold ones to go along with it? Check out Hurricane Grill and Wings on St. Augustine Beach. Tons of TVs so you don't miss any of the action, but still that open-air atmosphere you crave. Hurricane Grill and Wings on A1A in St. Augustine.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
How do you know that your roof is ready for the next big storm? You don't. That's why you need to call me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We'll assess your roof and fix those issues before they become storm disasters. Visit brandonroofing.com today to schedule your free roofing quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's team time, Farah doesn't flinch. He's our QB. It's a David Garrard Monday on 1010XL. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
So much better than the alternative. Don't have to play perfect as long as you get more points on the board than your opponent. And, Jags against Houston played much better for 3 quarters. And then they collapsed. And how did we feel about that? It felt like the season was on the brink, and it was. And right now they've righted the ship. Got to continue to march in that direction and pick up another one against Tennessee this week. But for today, it's your reaction to what the Jags did yesterday to get that win on the road against Arizona. I'm Mike Dempsey, David Garrard, and Tony Smith, along with Dylan Denmark, here with you. We go back to the lines, guys, on Reaction Monday to Brandon in St. Augustine next up here on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Brandon. Brandon, no.
Brandon?
Happy Monday, gentlemen.
Hey, happy Monday.
I want to just keep it positive today. I call in, I rip the team a lot. And in the words of our coach, we're not apologizing for wins around here anymore. My question was Dennis Gardeck. I love watching him play football. And he's on a 1-year prove-it deal. And I was wondering if you guys think he's earned an extension or if you think the front office thinks it. Because our linebacker room is about to get pretty expensive. I personally think they're going to tag Lloyd. And you got Foye, you got Ventrell Miller, you got Jack Kaiser. I would love to see this guy, high motor guy, get re-signed, man. I love watching him. Just your thoughts on Dennis Gardeck.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've got a better feel for what the economics of what a Gardeck extension would look like. I can't imagine. Look, he had a great game yesterday. He is an energy player, but he's not a big-time, sack producer or anything like that. He'll get you a few. And he was fired up to play his old team, and I thought he played outstanding, and he's generally been a good addition to this team, but I'm not breaking the bank for Dennis Gardeck. If they can bring him back at a reasonable price and they like the way he fits in, and I imagine they do, I'd be fine with that. I'm not convinced that they franchise Devin Lloyd.
I don't think they do at all.
I mean, linebacker franchise tag is expensive.
It's 27.5.
Right. Wow. And now, is
because
Devin
you're in
Lloyd
there with all the edge guys.
But would I like to get Devin Lloyd signed to an extension where you can manage that cap number? Yeah. Absolutely.
The transition is about 23, right? If they wanted to do that and let someone else negotiate the contract for them, that might be a path that they would choose to take. But even that, I think, is pretty doubtful. I'm sure
23 for 1 year, depending on what your plan is. You don't have a first-round pick. I don't know how they feel about Kaiser's readiness to assume a larger role in the base defense.
Yeah, but I don't think it's 27.5 for the franchise. That's not going to happen.
I agree with you, but I would like to see him back.
I would too.
Gardeck had 4 quarterback hits yesterday. Lloyd had 5. 9 times they smashed the quarterback.
Mad yesterday.
Man, and I was so happy that they picked up the flag.
It was ludicrous.
It was ludicrous, right? And now I get it. It's close to the sideline, but it worked, right? The operation worked where the replay assist came in, and Jacoby Brissett was clearly still in bounds. That other foot has to land out of bounds, and he got popped. I thought that was one that Tom McManus was so excited about because the whole idea of, crack the sternum for just a day or whatever.
Just ruined their day.
It looked like it might have been his day right there for a minute.
It did.
There, as Clovis came in yesterday to throw one little pass behind the line of scrimmage. But
Clovis, Keaton Slovis.
Slovis, whatever the guy's name. I told you I didn't know who he was last week. I told Tom I'd give him $1 if he could name him. I had no idea who the guy was, so I'm not going to pretend like I did. But glad we got to see him in action for a brief period yesterday. Nice job, Devin Lloyd. All right, where are we going? Shay? Is that Shay at the beach? All right. Shay, you're next up on Jaguars Today. Good morning.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing well.
I was taking on that not going for 3 at the end, like Gerard said. There's so many more cons than pros. I mean, first of all, you show Liam on the sideline with his coordinator. They can't even find the play on the clipboard. They're flipping it back and forth. Then Trevor's getting his players in late, and the Jags don't get 4th and 2 ever. I mean, it was 4th and 2. It was 4th and 1, but it was a long 2. But you take those points, the defense gets set, you kick it off. You're not scrambling around, giving up 20 yards to get a field goal. It's just, to me, it's a no-brainer. I see the two sides of it, but I think you got to take those points and get them off that momentum. Just kill the momentum. It's a big deal.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's your opinion. But by the way, where they gave him the ball, 20 yards wouldn't put them in field goal range. They were close. They needed a lot more than 20 from where they were. And, you kick it off.
Yeah.
And, nowadays.
That's not to say that I liked the play call.
Right, I'm just saying, right. It's not as cut and dried as you made it. Like, they just needed one pass and they were in field goal range.
You had the strange play. Now you got 3rd and 1. They get nothing on the 3rd and 1. So now it's 4th and 2, basically. It was a long one. So call it 4th and 2. And then the play didn't make any sense to me. Right? Like the play that was actually called, I was like, why are we doing okay? Like there was no chance for that play to work. So you wind up turning it over on downs. I didn't love the play call. I didn't mind going. Like I wanted them to go, but I didn't love the play that was actually called. And look, the defense, they bent a lot on that particular drive, but they didn't break in the end, and I don't think anything changes. Like, if they kick the field goal or not, I don't know how much changes on offense for Arizona on that last drive, and they were in a position where I'm with you, Demps. Like, I'm surprised that they didn't spike the ball, didn't do something to regather themselves when they were down there. And if the situation had been we score a touchdown or the game's over, they would have. Right?
Of course they would.
It changes the mentality of what's happening at that point, and the extra point beats you. Right? Like, at that point, the extra point beats you. Like, I was, as I said, I was all in favor of going for it in the moment. They didn't execute, right? And you don't give them points for not executing, but they didn't execute. The defense bailed them out in the end.
Yeah, I said my favorite sequence was when they rushed up there and didn't spike the ball and then tried one more play with 6 seconds left.
I was shocked they didn't run one more.
I mean, you're a 3-win team.
Yeah.
Try one little quick hitter that you can get a play off in 5 seconds.
I wouldn't have blamed them. Even if it ended the game.
Clock ran out.
Right. I'd be like, try to win 3.
Game. That's what my biggest fear. Once they decided to kick the field goal, I was like, all right, we'll take it to overtime at this point in time. All right. But again, we're not all going to agree on that, and that's fine. I mean, look, the good thing is we can agree, disagree. Liam Cohen, that's more data for him to process next time he's in that position. Do I do it? Do I not? And the Jags still came out on top. So,
that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. Ken on the south side is next here on Jaguars Today. Ken, good morning.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Really quick, I have serious questions sometimes in regards to just what Trevor has between the ears. But, you know, 2 of those interceptions were made. I mean, they were diving interceptions. But I'm just curious, on those 2 in particular, was he just baited really well into those interceptions, or is he just not seeing things sometimes? And I'll take it off the air. Thanks, guys.
All right.
I think it sounds like you want him to be getting baited.
I think he was on the.
And I think
the
the
Davis
combination
Gaither
is
one.
a combination of him not seeing it, not seeing the guy trying to bait him, and still throwing it. You know, so it's a combination of both of them. But yeah, sometimes the defense does a great job of disguising. And this guy on the one where Trevor is trying to get the ball, I forget who he's throwing to, but the guy's underneath and he undercuts it just because he is seeing Trevor look one way, but then he follows his eyes, it brings him to the ball. That's what they tell you. Use your eyes as a quarterback. Get the guy away from where you're trying to throw it, and then let the ball go as soon as you get your head back over there. But like I said, defense does a great job sometimes, and they did a really good job there.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that was the Davis Gaither.
The Davis Gaither one. He took a step towards covering the tight end, and he came back to the middle. But
sometimes they try to set you up by doing that kind of stuff. Yeah,
that one never looked open to me, ever. Looked open to me. I thought that was just a bad read, bad throw, whatever combination. And I thought the Budda Baker one, it looks more spectacular when they leave their feet to catch it. I mean, he could have run through that and broken that pass up, I thought as well. I didn't think that was a great play. The tip ball, that can happen. Anyway, they came out on top. Your reaction to it, we are welcoming those at 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. Non-stop Knowles. Search 1010XL Seminoles on YouTube.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
Dreamfinders Homes, Monday.
On Jaguars Today.
Why wait all month long?
Get your Black Friday deal today at Keon Atlantic, your savings gateway. We've got 30 days of Black Friday
during the Kia Season of New Tradition sale event.
Drive a new Kia payment-free up to 6 months, or take advantage of 0% APR financing. Shop where you save green all November. Online at KeonAtlantic.com.
Keon Atlantic,
your Coastal Kia connection. For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
Listening that fits your schedule perfectly.
Absolutely brilliant.
Go on demand.
Ad-free shows after the live show's end.
How about that? Channel 5.
Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Search where you find podcasts.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
The wait is over. Sunday, December 7th, your Jacksonville Jaguars return to Everbank Stadium for a massive division showdown against the Indianapolis Colts. This is more than just a game. It's a statement. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jags are back home and ready to turn up the heat in their iconic Prowler throwbacks. Kickoff is 1 p.m., so pack the bank and make it loud. Secure your seats now at Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web, precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, I've heard you talk about the quality philosophy of Underwoods. Just what is that?
Frank, simply stated, the Underwood quality philosophy is fine jewelry and gifts will bring customers back and create new customers through the endorsements given to Underwoods by our satisfied customers. However, it's our definition of quality that's really been the Underwood difference, because quality has to go beyond materials and craftsmanship and has to include things like design, how it's presented, our service, our integrity, a customer's experience in our store, and the satisfaction a customer feels when they've chosen a special gift from Underwoods. A person or a company earns a reputation over a long period of time. And in Underwoods, we know that you earn your reputation every day, because that good reputation can be lost in a matter of days if you're not committed to doing the right thing for the long term.
That's Underwood, serving excellence in North Florida since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Jaguars Today on 1010XL with David Garrard is restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
I tell you, one guy I think has played, I don't know surprisingly well, but I'm happy that he's played well, is Christian Braswell. Kind of the last man in the cornerback room, right? And it's been called upon with injuries and some season ending, others just short term, but he's played a lot more. But he's played well. We're just talking about, who we wanted to highlight here. And Dylan brought up, what about the lack of playing time for Greg Newsome? I don't know how healthy he is, but not really. I don't even remember he's on the team half the time.
I remember him just because I remember seeing him play the game before we traded for him, thinking, man, that dude is making a ton of plays out there. But now that he's gotten here, it doesn't seem like
Gladstone watched that film too.
Yeah, but you know what? I was actually going to give some compliments to the DBs, because in unison, all of them, they played fairly well together with a quarterback that's pretty accurate and finding his weapons. Jarian Jones, the way that he came up making some hits on guys, defending the ball. I just thought overall they all played fairly well.
Yeah, I thought Michael Wilson had a nice game, but I didn't feel it was because of too many busted coverages or anything like that. He made some contested catches with guys in good position. He is a good player. I mean, that's his back-to-back. Some guys just need that opportunity. Now he's gotten force-fed. He's had like 300 yards in the last 2 weeks now receiving. But, I was so glad that pick play got called in the middle of the field, because that was the one I'm like, really?
Yeah.
You're going to let him be that wide open right now on this one? And then it was clear.
And it was a real pick play. Hey, I'm coming to block you so he gets open.
Yeah, I'm going to come throw a shiver in your chest right there. But, look, in the end, I just want the Jags to win. I don't care who gets the individual credit. But when we do react to what we saw, I thought Monteric played pretty well again. So let's get Jordan Lewis back in the mix. Eric Murray, by the way, is eligible now to have his practice window open. I don't know where he is health-wise, but he has missed the 4 games that he had to miss by going on IR. If we could get Murray and Jordan Lewis back in this secondary, I mean, this team has a chance to get healthier down the stretch. JP points it out every week. These guys are not they don't have season-ending injuries. They're all expected back. And we've been playing without our right tackle the last couple weeks. And run the ball pretty damn well, so I thought the protection was pretty good. Trevor got hit, I think, 5 or 6 times yesterday, but it didn't feel like a jailbreak out there to me. It felt like a normal football game, David.
Yep, it did. I thought he had enough time to get the ball off. I thought he moved well around. I thought he did good with his legs.
A little aggressive again with the running. I like that.
Which I like, because I feel like now he realizes, okay, this is a good advantage for me, so let me use it a little bit more often. Not just take off just because I want to take off, but let me just start using it more often.
He had the one drive where he converted 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 6 with his feet.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when the quarterback does that, the drive ends up scoring points. at a very high rate. So I just want him to understand that and use his athleticism, because a lot of times the commentators after he runs will say, oh, yeah, he's sneaky athletic. He's not sneaky athletic. He's
athletic.
Very good athlete.
He's athletic.
He just doesn't use it all the time. So they don't have to say sneaky on him.
That's code. We all know the code.
We know
the code on
I
that
try
one, right?
my best to end those codes.
He's pale and athletic.
Yeah, I don't need a white rush in to be a high motor guy.
Is Cooper DeJean sneaky athletic?
Yes,
too, as a
and he's a high motor too.
I mean, yeah, high motor, right? High motor guy. Yeah, exactly. All those draft code words are embedded in the lexicon a little bit. All right, let's squeeze in Steve in Melbourne here before we hit the top of the hour. Steve, you're on Jaguars Today. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. My thoughts is we miss Brenton Strange because he played well, making some catches. I thought we ran the ball. We kind of got away from it, in my opinion, at some times. We got to see a little bit of Wyatt Milam at left tackle. I thought he did a good job. Defense did a great job today, putting pressure on. I thought the CD did a pretty good job. When Jordan Lewis comes back, I can't wait. I would consider possibly giving Jarian a chance on the outside. But two questions for David. It seems like we were having issues, or Trevor was diagnosing the certain blitzes they were doing with the DBs coming up and then backing out. With your experience, like how possibly could Trevor handle that better? And what do you think about him with these last-minute drives? Because it's hard to bet against him when he has the ball last because he's done it so many times.
All right, thank you, Steve. Hold those thoughts, Dave, because we got to take a break, and we'll come back and address that. The blitz looks that the Arizona Cardinals were showing, and just Trevor in that kind of 2-minute drill situation. We'll address those when we come back through the eyes of David Garrard, our Monday morning quarterback here. It is a reaction Monday, a victory Monday, which is the sweetest kind. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Weekends fly.
I agree with him.
That's why we put more football in game day. I'm in! With the Terminix Kickoff Show. 5 hours before kickoff of every game. Protected by Campione Law and American Electrical Contracting on 1010XL.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Jaguars Today Monday is built by Dream Finders Homes.
Official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Attention small business owners. Did you know you can get 100% tax deduction on a brand new Cadillac?
That's right. Choose your new Cadillac and qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price.
There's never been a better time to own a Cadillac and drive your business forward in style.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville today for incredible deals and expert advice.
Don't miss your chance. Experience the luxury you deserve and the savings you need.
Plus tax tag title, $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
Tired of wrestling with your shower curtain like it's a fight for the last slice of pizza? Ditch the drama and say hello to a smooth, stylish glass shower enclosure from Baker Glass. Wago Glass is clean, elegant, and makes your bathroom look huge and brighter. Give your shower a makeover and feel like you're in a spa without the price tag. I'm Mac at Baker Glass. Call me and get ready to love your new shower. Let's make your shower great again. Remember, Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron. Totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens. Also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
Hey, Jacksonville
Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Your pipes are leaking, don't get nervous. Fa la 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 la. Call Roll and Reach for same-day service. Fa la 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 la. He guarantees your satisfaction. Fa la 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 la. Call Roland and he'll spring into action. Fa la 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 la. This holiday season, if you have a leak and can't wait a week, dial 904-260-7059. And from the Roll and Reach family to yours, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I've been telling you how proud I am of my daughter Amber, who's lost so much weight on Awaken 180. But it's been a while now, so I wonder if it's something she can maintain. So I sort of asked her, how's it going?
So far, so good, Dad. But you're right, it has been a while. But that's the beauty of the Awaken 180 plan. There's so much variety in the food choices, you don't get bored.
You look great. Do you feel better?
I feel so much better. And I know it's because of the weight loss and how it's changed my lifestyle. So there's no chance I won't sustain it.
Well, what about over the holidays? Look, you grew up in our home, and you know we love the holidays.
Oh, I still plan on enjoying the holidays. I just plan on doing it by eating right. And I've already had the conversation with my coach. She understands the challenges of the holidays, and she's guided so many folks just like me through this. We've already made a plan.
So take my kid's word for it. Awaken 180 works. It's sustainable, even over the holidays. So change your life by calling 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
This is your local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. Florida State University announced that Mike Norvell is being retained as its head football coach with support from FSU leadership. Norvell has pledged to institute fundamental changes in specific areas to improve the performance to meet FSU's championship standard. Right now, 74 degrees at 11:01, time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
David Garrard Monday is restored by
Resco Pros of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
All right, David Garrard in the house with us on a Reaction Monday, Victory Monday. Jags improved to 7-4. Colts losing to the Kansas City Chiefs. I said this last Friday. I wasn't sure who I wanted to root for in the Bills Houston game, right?
And because the game started, we talked about it on Friday.
As soon as the game kicked off, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm rooting against the Texans. So I just felt it. Like I'm like, oh no, that can't happen. But of course they won, which you're going to benefit potentially one way or the other, but only if you took care of your own business. But then the Colts game, if they get that one against Kansas City, man, I mean, I know they have a lot of playoff type teams on their schedule, but they found a way to pull out some games in the last few seconds. It was good for them to blow a lead like that. Honestly, I'm not sure which way to go on the Houston-Indy game, because regardless of the outcome, if the Jags win, the Jags are playing for first place the next week, and theoretically, I guess if Houston wins and Indy and you are tied going into that game, you'd have a full game lead plus the tiebreaker over the Colts if you're able to win that. But then again, if you don't win that, Houston, by beating the Colts, would be right there on your backside. In fact, they might pass you. They probably would because they'd have a superior division record. They'd have the same overall record as you. So whatever happens as far as I'm concerned in that game.
I'm probably right there with you in that game. I have a little bit more animosity for Houston than I do Indianapolis in general.
I do too, but I'm more about whatever works best for the Jags.
Yeah. But I will say, when we were going through the 1 o'clock window yesterday and Kansas City and Indianapolis was on, there was no doubt who I was rooting for. I wanted the Chiefs to win big.
Oh, all day, absolutely.
Right. There was no question. I was like, I don't want the Colts to win any other game this year, right? If that's okay. I'm okay with them not winning again. I want them to feel the pain of that 2023 season that the Jaguars felt. That's fine by me, right? To have that kind of lead at this point in the season, then blow it. I know what that feels like. Let's share a little bit of that loathing, right? Like that kind of thing. I'm fine with that. But, yeah, as far as those two teams going head-to-head, it's kind of a lose-lose. Yeah. Like I wouldn't even call it a win-win. It's more of a lose-lose, and I'll accept whichever loss I get happily, in that particular matchup. But
I felt that slide personally my last season because we had the 8-3 record, and we were on our way, and then we got up to Indy, and we just needed to beat them so that we could win the division, and we lost by a couple points, and it hurt. And then we just slid our way right on into the offseason with no playoff berth. So I definitely wanted them to lose. But if you want to talk about the guy that called in earlier with the blitz and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I got you. It's up to the quarterback and the coordinator to put together a good blitz package. The other team, you're going through as many of their blitzes as you can to be able to diagnose them when you see them in the game and then execute on them. And at times, they run the same blitzes a lot of times, but there are some where they install some new wrinkles where you're not ready for it.
That's how Devin Lloyd got Mahomes.
Yeah, see, so it happens. Like the defenses are out there trying to play chess right along with you, and sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. But we do need our QB to win more often because there are certain quarterbacks around the league. There's one guy that plays for the Rams out there in L.A. that's doing pretty good. You don't blitz those guys. You don't blitz them because they make you pay for it. So we definitely want Trevor to continue to get better at that. He has to get better at taking advantage of defenses, especially when they blitz, because they're shorthanded in the secondary. They're usually using a defensive lineman or somebody on the backside to try to fool you and that kind of stuff. You want to be the one dictating to them, not letting them dictate to you. So that's something between the quarterback and the coordinator, putting together a great game plan for that.
All right, what about just how you feel, what your confidence level is when Trevor gets the opportunity to lead a 2-minute drive at the end of a game?
It's becoming better because I remember for a season or two where I just kept thinking, I don't know if I've seen, and this might have been right before 2022, not before the season, but during that season, I'm thinking we need to see him go down and come from behind or, whatever it is, because that is, a good mark for your quarterback that he can go handle 2-minute drills situations and go down and score for his team. And that's what Trevor was able to show yesterday, especially coming off of a turnover. And if you've had 3 or 4 turnovers in the game, you guys, I tell you, you think every ball you throw sometimes is going to be a pick after that. Like, I can't throw anything because they're picking everything. So the mental strength you have to be able to overcome those is pretty good. At least he has that. We just don't want all those turnovers, so he has to continue to come get over them, because most of the times you're not going to be able to still be in a ball game if you have 4 turnovers.
Well, I think Trevor is often at his best when you just have to let it rip, right?
Yeah.
Where you can't worry about the consequences. You have to go out there and play freely, and I think that's what Liam Cohen has spoken about in the last few weeks in trying to get him to be that let-it-rip guy. That okay, you know what? The only way to get that level is to get over that mental hurdle. And so if you throw one pick, if you throw another pick, it can't impact the next play.
Yeah.
I mean, it can, but if you can avoid letting it impact that next play, that's the mindset he wants to get him in. Is it ideal that he throws the picks? No, but it's better to have a guy who can still deliver when you have to have it and have the ability to make those big throws and the mentality to say, you know what, no matter what, my stat line's not going to look good in some regards today, but if we win, that's all that matters, and he was able to pull that off.
And he's already done it more times than I think the average man out there, the average quarterback out there that's played in the history of in football, because in 2022 playoffs, he, throws 4 interceptions in the first half
to overcome that.
Yeah.
But here's don't dig the hole so deep.
I know.
And the ladder doesn't have to be as long to climb out of that hole. By the way, Stafford if he was willing to go, the Giants were offering the Rams their 2nd-round pick for Stafford and their 3rd-round pick, and they were going to give him an extension. But that was all the talk this offseason with the Rams. Do they want Stafford back? Does he want to be back? could we trade him to Pittsburgh or the Giants? And there was a lot of that speculation. And you wonder, if Stafford had gone to the Giants, he would have played well. Would he have done this like he's doing with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams? Probably not, right? I mean, you
Malik Neighbors?
But Malik Neighbors is injured. So let's say everything else happened the same way. Malik Neighbors out for the year.
Oh, this was during this?
I'm talking about this offseason. He would have gone there. Malik Neighbors would have been there to start the year. But if Malik Neighbors goes out like he did, and you're throwing to Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson, probably not throwing 27 touchdowns without a pick, right? And so it's the circumstances.
And coming in the season with a bad back and didn't do anything during training camp. And having the best season of his career and maybe out of any quarterback ever.
That old adage about some of the best trades you do are the ones that you don't do.
Yeah.
In this case, I mean, you're talking about a guy who's probably the front runner right now for league MVP. Of course, we've had about 7 different front runners. Of course, Jonathan Taylor this is the year, or Baker Mayfield this year,
Daniel Jones,
whomever, Daniel Jones,
Drake May,
Drake May leading into this week was probably in many people's eyes the front runner. Absolutely right. So hey. It's funny because I did have a reporter on from Indy on Saturday, and this is my contention, is that all this talk about Jonathan Taylor winning MVP is crazy. And he agreed. He's like, no, I mean, Jonathan Taylor's been here. We've never won anything with Jonathan Taylor. Daniel Jones is the team's MVP. And he's not the offensive player of the year candidate that Jonathan Taylor is, but that was the difference, getting stable quarterback play that elevated Indianapolis this year. Let's hope that Danny Dimes remembers his turnover-prone ways, because he can do that as well.
Yes,
we'll worry about them in a couple of weeks. We'll take a time out here. If you want to get in, we'll keep those phone lines open for you at 641-1010. Tony will take us around the rest of the National Football League. Jags improved to 7-4. This is a Victory Monday on Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for big #1 Duval Ford. Black Friday coming up. Well, the Black Friday sales event is going on right now with Duval Ford, with 0% interest on some of the top-selling trucks, including the F-150. Doorbuster deals happening all week and all weekend long. This is your once-a-year chance to save big and upgrade your ride before the year ends. Now's the time to see our friends at big #1 Duval Ford during their Black Friday sales event. Visit DuvalFord.com or swing by 1616 Cassett Avenue today. That's big #1 Duval Ford.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service. When the game leaves you wanting more, we give you a little extra. Hacker Leon and Coach Gerald Ingram bring you the window world of Northeast Florida 5th quarter, nailed down by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Jeff Lagerman for Napa Auto Care Centers. This football season, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or travel to the away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASE certified professionals at any one of the 29 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything: oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions. Napa Auto Care Centers offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace of mind warranty on most repairs. Find one near you at jacksnapaautocare.com.
Dreamfinders Homes Monday on Jaguars Today.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it, we've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects: lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
I know two brothers whose minds are always in the gutters.
Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Kevin.
We are the Good Brothers.
That's good with an E.
From Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
We install 6 and 7-inch seamless gutters, plus we repair and replace roofs, pool enclosures, and super gutters.
We are the Good Brothers, veteran-owned and local.
Visit goodbrothersroofsandgutters.com.
License number CCC 1334384.
Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
The boys are back in the kitchen.
Don't start the barbecue without me.
Joe, Matt, and Leon give you plenty to chew on during lunchtime. Freshly baked bread from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
Thank you for lunch, boys.
Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
Jacksonville, hunting season is here, and nobody gears you up like Green Acres Sporting Goods. home of the largest archery pro shop in Northeast Florida. They've got everything for all seasons: archery, black powder, and general gun season. Green Acres is a fully stocked Browning dealer with ammo, accessories, and safes. Don't miss out on Florida's Second Amendment sales tax holiday, happening now through the end of the year. Gear up today at greenacresporting.com.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
Bold flavors make great gifts. Buy a $50 Flame Broiler gift card for friends, family, or coworkers and get a free bottle of the legendary magic sauce. Visit any 5 Jacksonville locations or flamebroilerusa.com.
You like winning? This is former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus, and I'm excited to introduce you to J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Greater Jacksonville. If you're a property manager, contractor, builder, realtor, or homeowner, get that feeling of success with less stress. I've used them. My friends have used them. So get your free junk removal and hauling estimate today. Now, I call that a win. Veteran-owned and operated J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256. We haul it all.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick, a candle bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. David Garrard on Jaguars Today, enhanced by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida. Professional water damage and fire restoration services on 1010XL.
All right, Jaguars Today rolling on a Victory Monday, Reaction Monday. It's our Jaguars Today question of the day, presented by Chad and Sandy Real Estate. What is your reaction to the Jaguars pulling out the win in overtime? Look, you look and you go, it's not that impressive. They won in overtime. They beat the Raiders in overtime. They won. You're right. It's not as impressive as beating them by 3 or 4 touchdowns. I will agree with that. But it's
they did that to the Chargers last week.
They did do that to the Chargers last week.
We can't do it every week. That's not fun.
I'd like. It'd be tremendously fun. Kidding me? I'd love that. We'd probably get bored with it, and we'd critique it at some point. But I could stand for a few weeks of winning by 3 touchdowns. That
would be nice.
I'd like to try it anyway.
It'd be all right. Yeah.
See how that all works out.
I kind of like yesterday was, again, it's a reminder of why I love the NFL. Right? Like every game is its own chess match. Mm-hmm. Right? And there's no one way to win at chess. There's 1,000. So today's game, the board's set up this way. This is how I win when the board looks like this, right? Like the NFL is the ultimate of that, given all the variables that you have with 22 players on the field at any given time. Like everything that can change in just brief moments of time. Like you beat the Chargers. We talked about it all week, going into the matchup yesterday, David. Like it's how badly you beat the Chargers when you're getting ready to play the Cardinals does not matter, right? Like what's happening the next week is not impacted by what happened the week before.
That's right.
The only thing that matters, did you pass or fail the test that you just took? That's the National Football League, and it was ugly, right? And it feels like they passed this one like 51-49, but they passed the test ultimately by getting the win.
The one thing I'll argue with that is when you talk about here's what the board is. Well, the board is set up the same way at the beginning of the game, just like in chess. And then you smack the pieces because you turn it over a bunch of times, right? Like
you make mistakes, you give up a piece. I shouldn't have given up that piece.
But it's not like they just, here's the circumstance that we were put in this week where, we've turned it over. No, you did it
Here's the circumstance we put ourselves in.
Exactly.
Why do I keep sacrificing bishops? What am I doing?
All right. Tony,
get him off the board.
Like I said, plenty of other teams lost yesterday. Why don't you take us around a look in the National Football League?
Now, gems around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach.
New Orleans running back Alvin Kamara will have an MRI today to determine the extent of a knee sprain that he is believed to have suffered yesterday. New England offensive linemen Will Campbell and Jared Wilson will both undergo further testing but the early reports indicate that they might have both avoided long-term injuries yesterday despite needing to be carried or carted off the field there for the Patriots. Cincinnati wide receiver T. Higgins left their loss yesterday during the fourth quarter and was unable to return due to a concussion. Tampa Bay quarterback Baker Mayfield will be getting an MRI today to determine the extent of a shoulder injury that he suffered last night. And the Raiders are firing offensive coordinator Chip Kelly despite making him the highest paid coordinator in the NFL over the course of the offseason. And the Giants are firing defensive coordinator Shane Bowen because the Giants cannot hold on to two-score second-half leads. 5
times they've blown double-digit leads like that, which is, I think, equals the NFL record is what I heard yesterday. How about Teddy Bridgewater goes from, all I want to do is buy a kid a sandwich to, right, like, because he got in trouble for trying to give extra benefits to high school kids.
Yeah.
Literally,
trying to help them out.
And giving them rides. He's helping them get rides to the practice.
And in an era of NIL where you can pay these guys, who cares about that stuff anymore? But he's like, all right, y'all want to drive me out of high school coaching? I guess I'll go make another $1 million in the NFL. And then he finds himself on Sunday Night Football, and now maybe has to play meaningful football. Coach Denmark, you got any game left in you, or you know?
I wish I could. I wish I was about 80 more pounds. I have a shot at long snapping, but
long snapping.
my dad's DNA does not.
I agree though. Long snapping. I've said this for probably as long as I've been doing radio in Jacksonville. If your kid is at all inclined to play football, teach them how to long snap. You get a college scholarship out of it, right? And like if you can master that one skill, you can have a wonderful career,
long career,
and then making a few $100,000 to $1 million a year.
There's just not many spots when you.
There are not many.
Snapping. Yeah,
but that's a
tough thing.
If you can get one,
be ready
and hang on to it for dear life. All right, let's get back to the lines here. Papa G, next up on Jaguars Today. Papa G, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How we doing?
All right. Good. What's up?
Hey, man, we got a W. That's what it's all about right now.
I agree.
But yeah, let me ask David a question, man. Listen, Trevor Lawrence, I'm 100% behind him, man. He has been through a litany of coaches. I know it's his 5th year. I know that, but he has so many coaches coming in and out, in and out, in and out. I saw Liam Cohen sitting with him on the sideline going, what happened? And coaching him up and talking to him, man. I think we're good, man, with the right coaching staff and everything. David, what's your take on that? I think we got a franchise quarterback who's only going to get better and better.
Yeah, and that's my hope because we've got to start seeing the consistency from him where he doesn't have these types of games where we are getting multiple turnovers. But I also love the fact that he's able to battle through all those turnovers and continue to keep his focus on winning the ball game like he has. I'd rather have a quarterback knowing how to win dirty like this than a quarterback that, you know, it's just given to him. Everything's easy. He's got 3 or 4 number 1 receivers and, you know, just throw the ball down the sideline or throw it flat to the side to the side, and these guys catch it and turn it up and go get 50, 60 yards out of it. So I'm happy with what he is able to do. I do want to see him continue to get more consistently better at protecting the ball, but also I don't want him to lose his edge in just letting it rip because I think we've seen him before where he's trying to be protective and he still has those turnovers. So just get out there and keep playing, man. Just keep winning ball games. That's what it really matters.
I think it's easy to get too focused on one or the other when it comes to Trevor when the reality is somewhere in the middle, right? As we talked about at the top of the show, I'm as frustrated with him as anybody for the turnovers in yesterday's game, but that doesn't make me ignore 24-20, ball in his hands, the way he played that drive. Yep. It's like, that's the guy, right? Like, he's got that in him. I know he's got that in him. I know the reason that the score is 24-20 is because of what I've seen him do in that game. But he was so good on that drive for them. They needed him to be great. Yep. He was great in that moment. I know he's got that kind of thing in him. I don't know that we're ever really going to get past the seesaw with Trevor Lawrence. And so week to week, I think there's going to be frustration and real joy in watching him do what he does. And I think at some point we all just have to accept it's like, oh, this is what this is.
Yeah, but I do think he has still a ton of room for growth. And like he said, he's had so many different coordinators and coaches. It'd be nice to see him just be locked in a system and showing that this system is the right system for him, and he's progressively getting better in that system. It is something as a quarterback that you can't continue to put your team in harm's way. You've got to be the one that's not putting them in harm's way and scoring points. And just like those last few drives, do that throughout the game and have that one turnover like the first one that happened that you can't, that is not even close to being your fault. We understand those. But we've got to see more of even the last week's Trevor than the one that we continue to get with 3-4 turnovers. You're not going to win very many ball games like that.
No, but they did win this one, and
Yes,
it
they
did
did.
offset them with 3 touchdowns. So
that's
nice.
That helps.
Right. I mean, look, in the end, is it what we want? Is it ideal? No, of course not. But the alternative is, let's say he threw 1 interception and 4 touchdowns and they lost. Would you feel better about it? I would. I get you're
maybe
talking
about
the
just
long term.
him, but not the overall team.
So I want to win now, and we're not going to snap our fingers and make Trevor a 75% completion percentage guy overnight. I don't know if it'll ever happen, right? But for now, he's the guy we're riding with, and play well enough to win, and don't play poorly enough to put yourself in these positions at times. And again, it's not all his fault, but he is always going to be the lightning rod. He's the quarterback.
It's
it
not
comes with
easy
the territory.
in the NFL to find a quarterback you even can win with.
Yeah.
Right. And
try to find the alternative, right?
Yeah.
Like if you think you want to go ahead. Let's run Nick Mullins out there for a couple games,
right,
And
like
you'll see what the alternative.
It's not easy, and they clearly have a guy that they can win with. Now, can they win at the highest level? We don't know.
Yeah.
You know, with that kind of thing with Trevor Lawrence, he's won 1 playoff game, he's played in 2, right? Like that's what we know about his experience in that kind of area. But we saw what he looked like in that game against Kansas City when it became do or die time. Right, like we saw it yesterday, right? When you got to do it now or it's not happening. We've seen him in those moments come through for the football team. We've seen him come short, in those moments as well. I don't know which one of that he's more of. I don't know what the answer to that is. I think there are some people who have decided that they know that he's more this or that. Like I said, I think we're caught in the middle with him right now, waiting to see which way the coin's going to fall.
Some people have just moved on, and some people are still holding out hope that he's going to be, the great thing that we need him to be, which we just need him to win ball games. Even if you get all the way to the Super Bowl and you have that same game, nobody cares. You won the Super Bowl. Yeah. That's all that matters.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to Regina, who's up next here on Jaguars Today on a Victory Monday. Good morning, Regina.
Good morning.
I always like it when you're firing off a Duval.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that yet this morning. I'm trying to be optimistic about Trevor Lawrence. Liam Cohen has fixed his footwork. I don't think that's the problem anymore. So I'm trying to, and I've got a couple things. Number one, I'm going to ask DG if he were to coach him up from his experience, and what would he tell TJ? And there are people playing with passion yesterday. I missed what Robert Hainsey got all hot about, man. And when I was listening to Frank Frangie and Jeff Lageman and watching on the it was less of a delay on the CBS feed. But Liam Cohen was very emotional too. He was pacing up and down. I think he's lost about 40 pounds in February. But what was Hainsey so hot about? And the other thing I noticed is Josh Hines Allen he looks really mad at the coin toss. He didn't even shake the mayor's hand leaving the field. And I noticed that. So they're playing angry like Liam Cohen wanted them to. And there's no truer name for the Jaguars than the Cardiac Cats. I was almost waiting for there to be a flag in that last play, but I guess the refs thought that Trammell and Dewey went up for the ball and not the receiver.
Yeah,
and
Braswell.
Go Jags.
Go Jags. Thank you, Regina.
Braswell.
That's all good. I wouldn't have been surprised at all if they'd thrown a flag.
Yeah.
I don't think that it was a penalty.
I don't either.
But
And I think that's what Hainsey was mad about, is that there was a flag thrown on him and he didn't think he should have gotten it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. And
that was
Josh
the low
Hines
block
thing,
play, I think.
Like okay. Yeah. Where Etienne had run it would have been a 1st and goal.
Yeah.
The Hines Allen thing, I heard it come up on the drill. Like I didn't even you're in kind of like game mode if you want to.
I'll add this to that, since the conversation is out there for all the football world to be having right now. After the game, Josh Hines Allen runs up to Calais Campbell and then goes over and is hugging his family. Right? Like there's nothing to that moment except the intensity of a game.
He locked in, man. About to go into overtime.
We'll hug it out after the game.
Right.
So whatever. That didn't bother me. Hold your thoughts on your advice for Trevor Lawrence, and that's what we'll come back with. You'll have to remind me, I'm sure, because that's how I am. And if you're on the line, we'll get to you coming up as well at 641-1010. On the Checkmate Coatings phone lines, a Reaction Monday. Jags win it, and they improved to 7-4. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL, the Gator Boys are back and ready to defend their national title.
Florida will cut down the nets. Winners of the national championship.
This is Gator Country. Your home for Gators Hoops is 1010XL.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
Jaguars Today.
You're settled into a Dream Finders Homes Monday.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville Trust. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Winter and spring registration is already cranking up at I-9 Sports, and if you have kids ages 3 to 17, I-9 Sports is inviting you to get them on the field or in the gym with great sports like girls flag football. Plenty of places to play like Oakley, Fleming Island, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Log on to i9sports.com and see all the sports they have to offer across the First Coast. In Duval, Clay, and St. John's. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Registration open right now for winter and spring sports at i9sports.com.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
Hey folks, Frank Frangie here for Lee & Kate's Glass. Now with the holidays coming, it's time to update that dated-looking bathroom setup and give yourself the gift of a gorgeous new frameless shower with big, sexy glass. You spend every morning and night in that bathroom. A new shower enclosure from Lee & Kate's Glass will look fantastic and make your bathroom feel like a luxurious spa. You'll love it. You deserve it. Request the free in-home consultation. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
You're gonna see a big difference. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
Well, fortunately, the final score didn't cool it down. The Jags' level of play cooled down from what they had against the Chargers last week, and that's not a shock that they didn't completely dominate from start to finish. You're not going to do that often in the National Football League. Just looking at some of the results yesterday, I mean, it is just a one-score league for the most part. You get blowouts on occasion, just like the Jags did last week. They beat Carolina by a couple of scores early in the season, but for the most part, Tony,
the Dolphins blew out the Bills 2 weeks ago.
Absolutely. But here's this week. You have Texans win by 4 on Thursday night. Bears win by 3 against the Steelers. Patriots win by 6 against the Bengals. Lions win by 7 in overtime against the Giants. Packers blew out the Vikings. All right, so there's your one. Seahawks won by 6 over Tennessee. Chiefs win by 3 in overtime. Ravens handled the Jets by a couple of scores, although that was sticky for a while.
Yeah,
it was 7-0 Jets pretty deep in the first half. Browns handled their business. Congrats to Shedeur Sanders, but congrats to him for having Myles Garrett as a teammate.
That too.
Dude, it's unbelievable. Oh, my goodness. He's got 18 sacks.
A record-setting season in a miserable year.
So, listen, quickly. I'm driving in yesterday, right? And on the weekend, we carry VSiN, the Vegas Sports and Information Network.
I love this,
right?
yeah.
Unbelievable. So I'm tuned in on the way in, and they're playing the VSiN shows, which are basically they're gambling shows, right? And that's Vegas Sports, and they talk about a lot of stuff like that. And so there is a contest called Circa Survivor, the Circa Resort and Casino, which Helmets and Heels has visited a few times. And you can enter for like $1,000, and it's a Survivor contest. You pick a winner every week, and as soon as you blow it, you're out. There's the highest level of that is a $100,000 entry fee. Okay, there are 8 people left in that contest. Now, I don't know how many.
Are you one of them?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
You got $100,000 you can lend me?
No, sir.
We'll get it next year if you want. If you want to be my booster, my benefactor. So anyway, there are 8 guys left in this contest. Somebody yesterday took Dallas among the 8, and these guys spent a whole segment on the radio going, "Why did he take the Cowboys? Did he misclick?" And they're like, well, the way it's set up, they're side by side, but you have to verify your selection.
And Dempsey is telling me this story as it's 21-0 Eagles.
It's 21-0. Right? And I'm like, guy took Dallas. And they're like, is he trying to make a hero pick? Because like they said, like 3 of them took Detroit. Now they almost lost. Like 3 of them had Seattle. Somebody had somebody else. Whatever. It depends on who you have left.
Yeah.
He could have taken Philly. He still had Philly. This guy. Imagine how he is feeling walking around today.
Cow.
Like chest out to here. Like what the hell? He took the Cowboys, and they're getting beat down. And what is he thinking at that point? I'm wondering, because even if you win this weekend or advance this week, doesn't guarantee you to win the contest. Because I'm like, does he put like $1 million bet on Philly to win to like balance this out? Like if this were the last week of the season and you knew that if you get your pick right, you were going to win X amount. Well, you can hedge that by making the opposite bet at that point, or something equivalent to that. So I just thought that was phenomenal, man. I mean, that's
crazy.
The Dallas came in with a losing record, and granted they were at home, but he had Philly at his disposal, and good for him, man. That's why I don't have $100,000 to splash around. I would not get that right. All right, let's get Travis in Connecticut next up here on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Travis. Duval! What's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm optimistic. I'm excited. We're 7-4 in November, but the week before Thanksgiving.
We have a new front office, new coaching staff, new playbook, new players, and we're talking about playoff positioning, man. Like, I get Trevor hasn't played great. It ain't been pretty, but we've been gritty, man, and we're going to keep this train rolling. That's all I want to say.
All right, appreciate you, man. Look, if that were the only conversation we're having, it would be miserable. But you got to have the conversation when the guy turns it over 4 times.
Yeah.
Like, which ones were his fault, which ones were kind of a collective.
Right.
But when you can say, yeah, but
they won.
We are 7-4.
Yeah.
And we are in control of whether or not we win this division.
Yeah, and I think, David, speaking to, the broader conversation about the team in regards to these kind of things that we're talking about here, I think we watched the way last season went, right? They played a bunch of games that are very similar to the games that we've been watching them play all season, right? 1-score games, either team could win or lose. They did that a lot last year. They just didn't win any of them, right? So this year they're finding a way, and I don't know who to give credit for that to besides Liam Cohen.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it is a guy doing this for the first time, but there is something about the belief in that locker room among the players right now that every time they get into one of these crunch situations, they're just going, we'll find a way. Right? Like, it's my turn. I'm going to find a way right now in this moment. And I don't know who could possibly get credit for that other than Liam Cohen at this point in time.
Yeah, and it's given the fans a lot of excitement because, of course, in years past, it didn't matter what position we were in, we were going to find a way to lose the game, where now guys are finding ways to win. And it's not just we're relying on the quarterback to find a way. We're relying on guys to go down, jump, knock the ball down out of the air, seal the win. Guys getting a sack, guys knocking the ball out of the quarterback's hands, picking it up. Like, there's so many different ways that this team can fall back on how to finish and win these ball games, that it's truly, truly amazing, and it's really helping our squad out as we continue to head towards the playoffs with that opportunity, because you're going to have to find ways to win when you get into the playoffs. We know that because the last time we were there, we were down because of 4 interceptions by our quarterback, and he was able to find a way to dig us out of it and to come back and win. So we're going to have to continue to do that. That is, honestly, the makeup of our team right now. We've had one great blowout win, but really everything else has been a dogfight.
It feeds into itself. When you start making that, you start expecting somebody to step up, and you start feeling like, hey, maybe it's my turn. Maybe, and you don't feel like you're out of football games.
And you start playing some of these teams that feel the opposite. They're like, oh, here we go again. Yep.
Right?
And then you put the hammer down on them, and they're like, yep, we're dead.
That was the Jags last year. Lost all those 1-score games. They were going to find a way to not come through in the clutch. This team, for whatever reason, a mix of, Liam Cohen, but they got to give credit to the players as well and their belief and getting it done. We saw it in the second half of 2022. We saw it go way back to 1996, right? We're just not going to be denied. We're going to find a way today to win this football game. Is this good enough to beat the next opponent? Maybe not, but let's play better against the next opponent, and it won't matter. All right, we'll take our final time out here. We'll come back with more of your reaction to the Jaguars improving to 7-4 on a victory Monday on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for Big Number 1 Duval Ford. Got to take advantage of the Black Friday sales event going on now with 0% interest on some of the top selling trucks that Ford has, including the F-150. Get doorbuster deals happening all weekend. It's a once-a-year chance to save big and upgrade your ride before the end of the year. Now's the time to go see our friends at Big Number 1 Duval Ford during the Black Friday sales event. Visit DuvalFord.com or swing by 1616 Cassett Avenue for Big Number 1 Duval Ford.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Dreamfinders Homes Monday.
Jaguars Today.
Hey, 1010XL fans, it's game time, but don't get sidelined from the fun. The JTA Game Day Express is the smartest way to get to the bank on time. It's all sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. There are 5 convenient pickup locations across the River City, but remember, Game Day Express is cashless. All passes must be purchased through the MyJTA mobile app. Get your $10 pass today. For all of your game day needs, go to myjtafla.com.
It's time for the Plumbing 4